I was meant to change the world. I was meant to be an author. Yeah, so life as a working millennial is not easy. No one should lie to you, especially during times where social media has become a thing. So there's pressure from work, there's pressure from the digital side. There's a lot of vanity, in my opinion. People love to show the good side of things, the happier side of life, but never show you, the dark moments, the unhappy moments, the long nights that you have to, do and burn the midnight oil to actually, bring in that paper. And I think that is what sometimes makes a lot of people to go through the ups and downs when it comes to mental wellness. And for me, I think I've experienced that before, but right now I'm slowly getting to a point where I'm establishing very clear boundaries, especially when it comes to work. There's a lot of toxic humans, and I say humans because these days we have a lot of he, she, they, them. I don't want to misrepresent, but I'm getting to a point where I understand not everyone is for you, not everyone wants you to prosper, and I don't need to force you to be on my side and be by my side for that. So life as a working millennial clearly has a lot to do with getting to that almost like mental maturity that enables you to realize this is the truth, and then putting your hard work in a space where you feel you can grow. But then also growth comes in with the aspect that we don't last in jobs. No offense. These days for too long. After a couple of months, after a year, you feel like, I need to change jobs, I need to find something else. And for me, I think most of us haven't found our purpose. I've ever met people who like, I know why I was brought into this earth. I was meant to change the world. I was meant to be an author. As to still figuring what is that. Having a strong belief. I'm still trying to find it, honestly. And sometimes I struggle by the waking up. I'm like, what am I waking up to do? What is my calling? And calling doesn't have to be spiritual, but just what am I destined to do? I'm in that phase where I'm trying to figure that out. And so tying it back to, issues of toxic people, creating boundaries, then I'm very well aware of who I need to have in my circle of, colleagues, in my circle of friends. These days, people who come in and, they try to destabilize my peace or mess with my peace, I'm like, you are not meant for me. And I think also it's become interesting because the fact that millennials, Gen Zs, and Gen Alphas can't stay for too long in workspaces, then whether or not you agree with it, it's my opinion, but I think that has been a great contributor to the influencer marketing space. COVID also was another contributor. So you merge those two when people have time to spend online. There's people who are now very digital savvy. Internet connectivity, as much as it's not as good as we want it to be, especially in Africa, we still have a great digital divide. There's more people who have access to the internet, and people are very creative. Some of the things I'm seeing online, I'm like, bruh. Those ghetto kids, it's in Uganda. I'm thinking, how did you even think about that? So I think it's become an easier way out for quite a number of young people. They want to get that instant success, internet, popularity, because it leads to something. So many of them have honestly it's taken one video for them to go viral. But it's also raised an issue of then who is an influencer, who is influential, and where do you draw the line, and how do people manage it?
Who would you call an influencer?
An influencer is anyone who uses their social media platform to honestly monetize their content. That is one. But two, because that conversation has been going on, I feel like it leads to some kind of behavior change, whether it's by purchasing a product or service, whether it's changing your behavior, attitude, or perception towards something. And that's where impact influencing comes in, because if someone is posting about climate change or environment conservation, that for me is influencing. But then there's the commercial side of I'm advertising, Coke. So I'll make, Wes and Remy want to drink a Coke. That for me is also another form of influencing.
Yes.
For me, that is someone who is an influencer.
Influencer. And who would you call who is an influential person?
Influential person, you don't need to be an influencer. You don't need to be on any social media platform to be an influential person. It's someone who has authority in a space. So it's, of course, rest in peace, Wangari Maathai for me was influential. Does it make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense.
Someone who will have maybe 200 followers on Instagram, but is influential in a certain space, maybe like the lady I had for the cheese boards, Amelia.
Yeah.
In her industry, you'll find she is influential. She may not have, hundreds or thousands of followers to monetize her content, but to me, she's influential. So me, that's the distinguishing factor of an influencer and someone who's influential. For me, Burna Boy is very influential currently.
Yes.
Whether you listen to his music or not, his brand, not only as an African giant, but globally. Someone who can sing at Madison Square for me is crazy.
Yes.
That is someone who is influential. He can wake up today and say something, and definitely people will pay attention to what he's saying. Because also I think it goes beyond, again, your art and your skills. At some point, you'll stop being relevant. Will you still continue to cross-dress? At 60, 50 years old, Eric Omondi, will you still continue doing those antics? You get it. And same thing, why I'm just wondering, apparently Real Housewives of Nairobi is in production. Apparently. I stand to be corrected. And I look at the other franchise like Dubai, Atlanta, Beverly Hills. They actually have cast members who either legends or icons in the music industry, entertainment industry, sports, or they're actually married to people who are very wealthy, not rich, wealthy. So I'm wondering in the Kenyan context, and Nairobi specifically, there's a list going around of possible castmates. They'd rather even take me, Wes. That list is just too hilarious.
Do you want to name drop?
No, I don't want to name drop. Because again, it's, rumors, and how the streets are, is people posting things online. But for me, I'm wondering, and I'm not even going to name the production company, which, apparently is doing it. For me, I'm just wondering, because most of these reality shows are very scripted. Yes. And I have a feeling that will be the same for the Nairobi. It won't be a good and true representation of Real Housewives of Nairobi. You get it? Hey, those mama work hard, but Real Housewives
of
Nairobi. Hey, you have like 3 kids. You have to work. You're hustling. You have to push your own personal visions and dreams. Those are the people I feel should have been featured in that list or cast, because that would be different. It's like Young African and Famous.
Yes.
You remember when it started?
Yes.
We love the diversity. We love that it actually was an interesting cast. And as much as, yes, it was celebrity and famous people, we were like, okay, this actually does make sense. Hopefully season 2 will not change too much. But I'm just wondering, when it comes to that entire space of influencing, being an influencer, getting into shows like reality TV, the people who are behind the scenes, what goes into their mind as they're choosing, even Betty Chalo culture. It's called Chalo culture.
Chalo culture.
Like, I love her. She is amazing. I wish the show could represent something different. The hardworking side, her as an entrepreneur, her as someone who's been in the entertainment industry, showbiz. Give us more. Don't give us drama and the charades. We have enough of that. We watch all the other reality TV shows from Kardashians, and they already entertain us. I feel like we miss the infotainment in our current industry, something that will entertain us, but will also get us informed about so much that is going on in life. Yeah.